Deputy O'Sullivan. Now, Deputy Pringle.
Thank you, Ciarán. And I think it has been acknowledged earlier on in the debate tonight on the positives that have been included in the budget, but I think that actually serves to highlight even more the failings in this budget in terms of dealing with education. While the positives are that the budget has set out to meet the demographic requirements through a growing population of school-going children, it has neglected to deal with any of the issues that have been left over from the recession years and the austerity years. And indeed, this budget, as has been pointed out previously in the House, is a continuation of austerity budgets. But this budget has failed completely in attempting even to try and look at tackling the class sizes across the board. We still, in 2017, at the end of 2017, will have the highest class sizes in Europe, and I think that's a damning indictment of our so-called recovery and our so-called growing economy, that the government can't even see its way to attempting to actually reduce class sizes, because it's vitally important. Because for the 100,000 children that are in classes of over 30 across our national schools, it's vitally important for them that the class sizes are reduced, because it has been proved and has been outlined by Deputy O'Sullivan, the educational outcomes are better for children in smaller class sizes, and that is what should be at the centre of everything we're doing in terms of education, is to make sure that the outcomes for the students are as good as they possibly can be. And indeed, the budget done nothing to actually address the costs of running schools and the ability, like every one of us probably in the House hears from parents who have to constantly fundraise to provide for their school, to be able to provide heating, to be able to pay electricity bills, to be able to provide much needed materials for the teaching of their children. And you know, we could actually have granted a pay increase for parents by actually reducing the burden on them of funding schools through voluntary contributions and constant fundraising, and actually put more money in their pockets by making sure that they didn't have to contribute to extra over and above to the cost of education for the children. Barnardo's have estimated that €103 million a year would make primary care totally free to all parents and all children. That would have been a good use, I believe, of the fiscal space to make sure that primary education would be truly free. There's a number of other issues that haven't been addressed in relation to the whole education budget, but I think one thing that is startling is when you look at the ongoing use of prefabs right across the country. And there's two schools in particular in Donegal, Gaelscoil and Curra Meister, who for 17 years have been in prefab accommodation, and St Mary's National School in Stranraer, who have 35% of the children in prefab accommodation. And when you consider we're spending €83 million in total over the last 5 years and maintaining prefabs, we need to speed up the capital programme to provide proper buildings for those schools.
Deputy Pringle. Now,